Well, Merry Christmas, and welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Chatting with Kirk.
What's up, knife monkeys?
We're going to do a top five because it's good for the algorithm, and who the hell don't like top fives? And it's Christmas. Kind of shit you do at Christmas. And the reason for the season. Before we get started, guys, there was a time in this country that 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere, and we're headed into a time where that number's going to jump. Right now, the actual numbers are 15 to 29. That's why we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. That's all that means. I back the blue. We go over this a lot. It's one of my causes, something I believe in. I don't force it down anybody's throat, but I believe strongly in that. I have my reasons. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So today, we're going to do Kirk's top 5 carried pocket knives. Now, there's a caveat. There's 6. But we're going to call it a 5B. So, before we get started, I'm going to show y'all. This is what I had on me today. Two pretty much my favorites. The 0301, the Zero Tolerance, and Swiss Army knife. And, well, the Swiss Army knife. And my belt knife is the Hornbeak short rib. This one's got to go back to Jeb, but I was carrying it today, so I really, really love this knife. So, before we jump into it, Kirk, tell me, what do you look for in a pocket knife to carry every day?
It's got to fold.
That's a good pocket knife stipulation.
I don't want it to be too small. 3 inches is about as small as I'll go as far as a carry folder. I prefer them to be between 3.5 to 3 3/4. 4 inches I'll wear at work, or into the woods, but I won't wear like every day, just walking around the street, tooling around, running errands, whatever. Usually something like that, I keep it around 3.5 to 3 3/4, usually 3.5.
And you carry a primary and a backup?
Primary and a backup. My backup's usually either the Power 3 lightweight, which I got set up for left hand, or one of the 2 Delicas I have set up for left hand. Because kiddies, I can use a knife with equal alacrity in both hands.
And using big words. You know it's Christmas time when we come out with equal alacrity.
Yes.
Let's start with the first one.
First one, DPX Scare Folder. I like it because it is kind of small, but it's got a really thick cross-section blade, and it's tough as a tank. And I really like the way it feels in my hand. You got a positive feel. It locks up really good with the frame lock. And it's not bulky, and you can do a hell of a lot with this little thing because it's tough as hell.
Now, we've done a review on this one, right?
I don't know if you did or not. I believe you did.
We did one on the Fixie. Now, guys, this is a design by Robert Young Pelton, correct?
Yes.
And if that name's familiar to you, my Billy Waugh demo. RYP was one of the designers on it. There's a fixed blade version of this. I know you can get these. Well, I know you can get RYP's design at Strack, STRAAK HQ. Check them out. This Claire over there is just phenomenally awesome. Also, DJ Horn is the one who kind of set me up with that Billy Waugh demo. He's very familiar with DPX. All right, so this is the first one. It is a frame lock. It's actually a great little knife. I love the damn thing. You opened it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other side is, guys, this when I do these, we're going to do a whole series. We're going to do Kirk's top 5 fixed blades, top 5 overall knives, and we're going to formulate it around most carried. Okay. Put in the comments what your top 5 is, and I don't do this to try to con you into something. I am genuinely fascinated by what people carry. That's why when I ask questions, I want to know. We're in this knife game. Let's talk knives. Put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Next one.
Next one is the new model Adamas 275 with crew wear blade. This is another one that I like a hell of a lot. I kind of stick towards folders that are more robust, a little bit heavier, just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Spyderco's. I don't really own too many. The blades are a little too lightweight for me.
Okay.
For what I normally
But you've given me a PM2. How many Spyderco's have you given away?
Just you that PM2,
Okay.
which I probably should have never done.
No, you shouldn't, but
No.
you did.
Right now, I've got the Mannix 2, a Para 3, and a Para 3 lightweight.
And you got one right there.
Yeah, that's like a really old
Yeah.
Endura.
Yeah.
That still has, it's when the clip was molded the plastic into the handle. It's like one of the really early models.
Now, we have something in common. Siebert.
I love Siebert's designs. Actually, the only Benchmade knives I've ever owned are Siebert designs.
Is this the Atlas lock?
Axis.
Axis.
Yeah, they
Okay,
call it the
I
Axis
screwed that
lock.
up. You see the full.
I have the
there.
original model of that in D2 also.
And I know we've done a video on that particular
That one, yes. You haven't done that one yet.
Great little knife. The thing is, this too, guys, with Kirk, that's going to be the standard size, right? Whereas I like a bigger folder, depending on what I'm doing. Kirk sticks kind of in that, but that's your comfort zone. That's what you use a lot. It's what you use at work. It's what.
In a folder, I don't need anything bigger.
Right, right.
If I'm going to need anything bigger, I'm going to have a fixed blade on me, and
you do
I
that
generally
anyway, right?
won't have a fixed blade on me. Normal conditions, walking around in the street.
Right.
Maybe something small, 3-4 inch, but it draws too much attention as far as I'm concerned, and don't need the hassle just in case Mr. Law Enforcement wants to try and give me a hassle.
Yep.
So I kind of stick with folders or smaller fixed blades if I do carry a fixed blade at all when I'm on the street. In the woods, that's a different story.
But that's every day. Works every day. You carry a fixed blade every day.
I do carry a fixed blade, either 4 to 5 inch fixed blade with me at work, but I'm out in the woods. The only time anybody sees me in public is when I stop at the store in the morning, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm in the woods till I get back to the office and go home, and that's it.
I found too with it's kind of bizarre because I know when I worked at ETM with Kirk, and even where I work now, like I wore this little knife all day. I've found if you have a work shirt on or if you're in a work truck, people tend less to look at it.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
But you are right too. If you go out to lunch, and people do, and I'm not knocking it. I've done it. I've done it sometimes on purpose. But if if we were to go to lunch on Saturday, and we come walking in with fixed blades, and we're in shorts, t-shirts, Florida gear, not hunting gear, people tend to, do I give a shit? No, but why get the hassle? Yeah. And why, here's the other thing. The older I get, why try to scare the shit out of some old person? If we're working, if we're shooting videos, totally different.
Yeah.
But just day to day, hey, let's go. You want to grab lunch? Sure. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, fixed blades in the general public tend to scare the hell out of the standard humans. They just don't accept it. Yeah.
And people use them every damn day cutting a steak or cutting food or doing, but it's weird. What's number 3?
These are not necessarily in any order. They're all going to be Emersons.
Yeah.
I have an affinity for the Emersons. Always have, always will. CQC7. I mean,
Classic.
There's really not much you can say that hasn't been said about it. It's probably, I'd say 80% of the time it's my go-to. It's got to be in my pocket. No matter where I go, whatever, it's got to be in my pocket. This is probably my standby. I've got 2 of them.
The CQC7 was the first Emerson that I bought. Absolutely adore it. I have it to this day. I carry it in my car to this day. Having Ernie on the channel only bolstered it because you put a face with it, and a dude that's human, a guy that's honest, and a guy that enjoys talking knives. It makes a big difference. But the Emerson love affair came about because of Kirk when we worked together. And I remember buying, I think I just bought it on a whim. Where you had said you got to have, so I bought an Emerson CQC7. I was like, okay. It's the only knife, and I can say this honestly, that about 3 or 4 days out from getting, I just got excited about, and I've loved it ever since. I love the way he does his handles, the ergonomics of the handle. Yeah. For some people, it's blocky. And guys, that's why I tell y'all to put shit in the comments too. It doesn't have to be argumentative. Everybody's going to have a different top 5. Everybody. Kirk and I are a lot alike in a lot of ways. We talk about this a lot. So our knife choices are going to be similar, especially when it comes to Emerson.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about the Emersons is the G10 is really, really grippy. He doesn't smooth it out. It's not polished. It's like it's got a really good positive contact with your hand.
But not too aggressive.
No, unless you got little candy ass hands.
Exactly. And that's easy to fix. Do a little work.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Next, Emerson Commander. I've always loved this blade style. I like recurves. I don't have a hell of a lot of them, but I've got a few, and I do like the recurve style. And again, the ergonomics of the handle, you can tell it's made and designed by somebody who's actually uses knives.
Makes a big difference.
It really makes a big difference.
And he understands that this is one I want. I want either this one or the Super Commander. I don't have a huge grill list anymore at all because I've got most of them. But the Commander or Super Commanders on it, I like the recurves. I always have.
Yeah.
I always will. And like the handles just fit, man. You can squeeze it. Like there's a lot of knives that I don't just put a lot of pressure on, but with Emerson, you almost feel like you can, and it feels better the tighter you squeeze and lock it in. Whether it's just the placement of the hand guard, a lot of thought goes into these, and I love the way that he did this one on the pommel. Mm-hmm. It's purpose driven. Everything is purpose driven. And let me say this too. You don't like the wave technology. You take the wave off.
I don't like that.
He's always taking it off.
It's
just not your thing.
I get it. It opens quick when it hooks on your pocket, but if I pull a knife, I don't necessarily have to have it open.
Right.
To do what I need to do in a hand-to-hand confrontation situation. I may not have to open the knife. It could just use, blunt force.
Yeah.
So I like it to be my decision when the blade opens.
Well, and
not my pocket's decision.
Yeah. Yeah. And
if that makes any sense.
No, I totally get it because I've got my CQC7 does not have the wave technology. My CQC8 and my Vindicator do. Mm-hmm. But it does have to become a mindful thing. And I will say that a lot of my cold steels have the wave technology. They're good for YouTube videos. They're fun to make shorts with. They're all that. But when you have grandkids like I do that are inquisitive, and they know better than to just walk up and pull a knife. But a kid's a kid.
Yeah.
Kid's a kid. I don't want. Hey, granddad, what knife you carrying? Because my oldest grandson loves them, and it's a genuine. It's not a disrespect. It's a genuine. And I don't want him pulling it out and stabbing me in the ass or cutting himself.
Yeah.
Because. So when he's around, and it's honest, and it's not a disrespect thing on his part. He's inquisitive. He's 8 years old. My youngest is 3 years old. So for me, I don't do wave technology at that point. And at 52 years of age, I'm not getting in a fight. And if I do, I'm just going to shoot you. I'm just too damn old to try to play, what's the guy's name? Tommy Higginbotham, Tommy Lee Jones, whoever the hell, all that shit. I just, done. They probably went to monetization right there.
Yeah, well, what the hell?
Yeah, I ain't making billions off of
I
shit.
wish that Emerson would make his models with or without the wave feature, other than the CQC7.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But the wave is never going to stop me from buying an Emerson knife.
No,
That's not ever going to happen.
You take a Dremel or grinder and cut it off, right?
Yeah. But another thing, and I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking. I'm not overly fond of the chisel grind.
Yeah.
I prefer a V grind, and the only one he has the V grind available is the CQC7.
Yeah.
But again, that's not ever going to stop me from buying another Emerson.
And we can convert those. I mean, we can send them to DJ or Lacey.
Yeah, but I'm not going to bother.
Right.
It's not that big of a gripe or problem for me that I'm going to go that far.
Yeah. Because it does work. I mean, it
works.
And,
it works
I've had somebody say before, well, it's because it's late. There's nothing about Ernie Emerson that's lazy. Not a damn thing.
No. Hell no.
It's everything the dude does. And I've had, we talked to him on the show, and then I told Kirk, we got to meet him at Blade Talk. He come up to me, he come up to Joe when we walked up to his stuff, but he approached us. Personable guy. But the guy doesn't do anything on accident or lazy.
No.
It's purpose driven, it's purpose built. And the thing is, that's why I wanted to do this video too, guys. But if you like chisel grind, put it in. It doesn't really affect me. as much. I did convert my CQC7 because I just wore that thing out, and my CQC8. DJ did them for me, but my Vindicator I've kept at a chisel grind, and I've enjoyed it. But I like the option.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Last one's going to be the Vindicator. I like the blade style, and again, the handle. It's just, there's only a few Emersons that I wouldn't buy,
Yeah.
and I can't really name one of them. The Karambit, I'm not a big Karambit fan.
That's a matter of taste.
Yeah, that's not my style. That's not what I trained in. I've just not ever been a big Karambit fan. Besides, there's only one thing the Karambit's built for. If I'm carrying a knife, it's going to have multiple purposes.
Yeah, you're not bushcrafting with a Karambit.
No.
Or cooking.
No.
Now, I'm sure somebody in the comment, I cook with a Karambit.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, it will cut stuff, but whatever. You armchair warriors can just whatever.
The Vindicator is, the CQC7 will always have a special place, but the Vindicator is one. I bought this one for Kirk. This was a gift. We did a trade, actually.
Yeah.
We did a trade.
I don't remember what I traded you, but.
It might have been that Siebert. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
the Arvensis?
It might have been.
Fixed blade?
Fixed blade.
Yeah, I should have never done that.
Well, you did.
Because they're not. Benchmade in its inimitable wisdom discontinued the damn things.
They don't make this one either.
Huh?
They no longer make the Vindicator either.
I'm talking about Benchmade.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying I'll gladly take this one back and give you the Arvensis. We'd both be screwed.
No, not giving it back.
He knows if he wants the Arvensis, he can have it. But we made a trade.
Yeah.
And to go to his point, because I have had people ask me about Benchmade, Oscar, is it political? No. I just, other than Siebert's designs on the Benchmade, I want to like them. I try to like them. And it's not a thing that I despise. But y'all don't ever hear about Benchmade on the channel. Ever.
It's not.
It's just not my thing, man.
Have no problem with the quality.
Right.
Have no problem with anything about that. It's just the only designs that I liked are the Sieberts.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a preference. Not a knock against Benchmade at all. They make a fine, damn good knife.
The thing with the Vindicator is this. I love the Vindicator so much. I was going to get my son mine when he graduated from the police academy. Sabo, and y'all heard that name a lot, actually sent me a Vindicator to gift him. And I am forever appreciative of that because my son's a gun guy. Always has been, always will be. He builds them, he loves them. From when he was in the Corps, he's in the Guard, he's law enforcement. He loves guns. But I bought him a LUDT Microtech, and I think I bought him a what's the Ultratech. But when he got on the police force, and he said, "Well, Dad, I'm gonna carry these," I was like, "It's nothing against them, but I want him to have something that I know he can rely on. It's going to work." I wanted to get him an Emerson. I wanted to get him a Vindicator, and thanks to Sabo, I was able to. But this one, as much as I love the CQC7, this one might be my favorite, and of course, they discontinued it. All right, man. Last one.
I did not know that.
What?
They discontinued it?
Yeah. We didn't know it until...
Well, that's not cool.
No. We didn't know it until we had... Well, you remember we were at that job down here on Silverleaf when you got that knife.
Yeah.
And I was like... And I might have bought one. I had to buy one next paycheck.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, because you liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd like it that much. So when we had Ernie on the channel, we were talking to him. Might have been, I can't remember if it's in the interview or not. I'll go back and look. But it's one of the models that he discontinued. And I tried to talk him back into it. It didn't work, but luckily Sabo was watching, and it does mean a lot to me because when it's your kid and he's out there. My son's 30, 31 years old. How old am I? 52? So Hunter's 31, 32 years old. He's 6'3" and 200. He's a truck. I want him to have something he can rely on. I want him to have something he can use. And so I went with the Emerson. What's our last one?
The last one that I carry is the Medford Praetorian Scout.
Now, have you grown used to it?
Yeah. I like it. I mean, I kind of prefer the Scout more than the higher end ones because of the G10 scales.
You like the G10.
I'm not a big fan on any kind of metallic scale. Never have been. It's not a knock against them, just my personal preference is not that.
Here's what's kind of funny about Medford. It's not just Kirk, it was me. It was before either one of us had a Medford, it was like, I ain't gonna buy, I'm not gonna pay this for D2 or whatever. And then Captain Electro sent me that one. I remember when I showed you that one, and I fell in love with it. And then over time, Kirk had been looking, and he found that one. And both of us, we didn't hate them, just kind of like with the Benchmade. But it's like, well, that one might be. But then I think the one that Cap sent me, I think it both kind of hooked us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's something here. There's something to this.
Yeah.
There's something. And so that's the thing.
Even then, it was a hard decision for me to make to spend $400 on a knife.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's, I work for a living.
It's $400.
$400 doesn't come easy, especially these days with the socialists in office. Well, we're not going to talk about that right now. But I went ahead and I saved up the money and I got one.
And you enjoy, but it made this list. Yeah.
I'm happy.
And it's a good looking knife.
I got no problem using it. I mean, yeah, if I ever lose the damn thing, I'll be pissed as hell because that's $400 down the tubes. But I still use it, carry it, take it out, use it, take it in the woods and stuff like that. So $400 is about my limit on a folder.
And that's exactly where I was going to head with this.
If it's any higher than that, it may be the coolest knife in the world and I may love the shit out of it. But if I'm not going to carry it and I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to spend the money on it.
So, and that's what, now, I only want y'all to do this if you're comfortable with it. I have a limit in my head what I'll spend for a knife. Okay. My limit's different for a fixed blade as it is a folder, right? Or different from each other. Like I tend to spend a little more on a fixed blade, or I am willing to.
Let's see, the most amount I paid for a fixed blade was the Defensa.
Yeah.
Because I got the Kydex sheath.
Yeah.
That was like $460.
Yeah.
And that's up there. That's, much higher. And it's going to be something I'm not going to carry. And
that's one I'm getting when he goes, because he'll go first. Yeah. I mean, my thing is this: I have spent between $300 and $400, maybe up to $450 on a folder, maybe. But carrying it, using it, and I'll be honest, and Kirk and I have talked about this before. I'm in a different situation. I get gifted stuff that's just, I never take it for granted. I can be an arrogant prick about a lot of things, but when it comes to things that I'm given, price does not, I'm as appreciative for a $500,000, $600,000 knife as I am $100 or $50 because people are giving me something and I'm appreciative. But I'm allowed and I'm able because of this channel to carry more expensive knives. Would I if they weren't given to me? I know I'd carry a $300 or $400 knife because I do.
Yeah.
But when we get past that, and it's a legit question, man. It's a legit.
Yeah.
It's a legit thing.
Yeah. Send it in the comments. What's the limit you're willing to spend on something that you're actually going to carry and use? Maybe not on a day-to-day basis, but 3-4 times. You know what I'm talking about.
You're willing to use it.
A regular or a semi-regular basis that you're actually going to use to the point to where you have to sharpen it. The blade's going to get scuffed up. Whatever you're going to go wear on it. What's your price limit? How high are you willing to go before that's it? No more.
And let me say this too to everybody that watches this video. No matter what your limit is, and I would ask everybody, don't ever try to price shame somebody.
No.
I've said this a million times.
No.
You carry what you can carry, and you enjoy it and you appreciate it because you've earned it or it was given you. Some of my most precious knives are knives that probably aren't $15-20 for various reasons, or family gave them to you, friends gave them to you that's gone now. So just don't do that. That shit wears me out. And if somebody says, hey, this is my limit, this is what I like doing, don't go in there, oh my God, it must be nice. Don't do that, because people work hard for their shit.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm asking you that. This is me and Kirk asking you. I'm curious to know what you'll spend. And I think that's an important caveat.
It is.
What will you spend on a knife you will use?
Yeah.
Tell us your limit.
What's your practical limit? You know, that, and obviously, you know, affordability comes into it.
Yeah.
There was a time when I couldn't afford to get anything more than a $50 knife.
That's right.
A buck 110, carried buck 110 and 112 for years and years and years.
Phenomenal blades.
Until, you know, you get a job, get better pay, whatever you can start to afford.
Well,
I don't want to say
the older you
higher,
get, too.
yeah, the higher end stuff. Yeah, you know.
I'm going to show you all my Christmas present from Kirk. But the truth is, you know, the older you get, bills get paid down, you make more.
Yeah.
So understand that too.
Yeah.
All right, put that in the comment. I do want to show y'all this knife because it is a knife channel. Now, here's the thing. Tomorrow, Saturday, and possibly Sunday, I'm going to get some cutting videos out. Shoulder's feeling a little better, got some kind of tendonitis. My tendons are calcifying and all that shit. But I felt better here lately. So we're going to go with some hardcore videos. We'll be at the studio. Last thing, I'm going to show you this knife and we're going to go. Appreciate y'all's patience. Merry Christmas to you if we don't meet again. But I was going to say, Christmas Eve morning, Kirk's going to his brother's house to visit his brother and his mom and family this weekend. I'll be over watching the dogs. Christmas Eve morning, though, I think Joe and I are going to try to do an early blade talk. Just shoot the shit. Listen, guys, we know y'all got family in. We know y'all got all that in. But if you get a chance to join us, I think Joe wants to give a knife or two away. Come in, bullshit, do that. Kirk got, what's the name of this damn thing?
Comparo, I believe. Other side. End of the box. End of the box.
The hell? Nuevo?
Let me get the... Hang on.
Compolano?
Hang on. Jesus Christ. Yes, people. I'm old enough that I need glasses to read. Yeah, this is the Nuevo.
The Nuevo. Listen, this, I'm more and more and more and more impressed with Joker the more I see him. And dude, thank you for this. I am truly appreciative, man.
You're more than welcome.
We'll do it. This is 14C 28, 14C
28N.
28N, Sandvik, Spain. The Spaniards have been killing it here lately, man. But they just do. Joker seems like they have come on strong, man.
Yeah.
Knife's razor sharp, ready to go. 90-degree spine, leather sheath. Absolutely. Joker, and again, we're not the QVC, but you come across great knives that do everything well, from the leather sheath to double stitching to the 14C 28N, the Sandvik, and it's just a good looking knife.
Yeah.
Look at the edge. Check them out. You got anything else?
No, I did want to add about the Jokers. Definitely check them out if you haven't heard about them, or if you've heard about them and haven't really thought about them too much. They use various kinds of European steels. N690, N695, the 14C 28N, the Sandviks and stuff. I just got the Joker Nomad 5.5 inch blade.
A great knife.
Convex edge. It goes through everything.
Great knife.
I've been taking it with me on hikes. I mean, it just goes through anything without even thinking about it. The handle's awesome. Just, yeah, definitely do yourself a favor and check out Joker knives and the rest of the Spanish-made knives.
Yeah, Geotech. The other ones that I can't think of, Hen and Rooster. They do a good job. There's some Hen and Roosters out there that are really good.
Yeah, the ones that are made in Spain.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think I got one Jimbo gave me. Well, guys, listen, we rambled enough. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember, put in the comments, what's your top 5 carries on your EDC? What's your limits you'll spend? Put it in the comments. Love y'all. I'm Scab.
I'm Kirk.
You're not. And we're gone, son. Love y'all.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, because I won't see you guys until after that. Everybody be